Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is the first time you guys are seeing me film on my computer, but I thought I'd just spice up things a little bit and film my computer because, I don't know, it's kind of fun. Also, it's so much easier to prop up because with my phone I had to like stack a whole bunch of books or something and like prop. Anyways, again, I always like feel like I know what I want to talk about, but I always think about things when I don't have time to film, and then by the time I'm like I want to film a video, I have nothing to talk about. So, yeah. I have this little journal here that I got from Michaels. It's pink. That did not help. It's pink, I promise. Oh, there we go. You can kind of see that. Yeah. It's pink. It's really cute. It's like a little pocket journal, and I just felt so intrigued to buy this the first time I saw it. But I didn't buy it the first time, but the second time I saw it, I got it, and I convinced my friend to get one. But basically, the first thing I wrote here is your pain isn't punishment, it's purpose. Sorry, I'm swinging so much. Um, and I think I have definitely talked about that a lot in my channel, but just like going through tough times obviously isn't the best and isn't fun, but not saying it could be fun, but you can always gain something out of it and you can always like kind of what's the word I'm looking for? You can convert that pain into something beautiful by again giving it purpose and saying, "Oh, I went through this to end up learning this about myself or learning about this about how the world, can be cruel sometimes and I just have to deal with it a certain way or learning about like other people and you can apply that into future experiences. So instead of thinking in this sort of like light where everything's just negative and you're like, oh, like I'm going through tough time, like why does like the universe hate me? Like why am I going through this? Why it's also really hard to like not compare yourself to others who have it easier than you might think. Um and just really focus so much on like the why and in the wrong sense instead of being like why am I going through this, that's what I just said, but I mean like saying like I must be going through this for a reason and not just for no reason because I believe that everything happens for a reason, and if you're really going through something tough, um you could always gain something positive out of it no matter how hard it is for the most part. And especially if you want to heal, you just have to remember that pain isn't temporary as well. Pain is temporary. Oh my gosh. Pain is temporary. Pain is temporary. Pain is temporary. It won't last forever, but I think your knowledge does. Your knowledge from that pain, once you learn from an experience, it does stick with you forever if you choose to use that knowledge. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. But yeah. Okay, I'm taking advantage of the pause and unpause button on my computer because I always like kind of lose my train of thought. Anyways, another thing I wrote in here is Never Stop Loving, and the reason why I wrote this was because I watched the Audrey Hepburn documentary on Netflix called Audrey, if you want to watch it. And I love Audrey Hepburn, but I guess I always like love documentaries about actors, especially like those type of actors that were just so like big and just movie stars and stuff because once you get to see how their life was, I'm sorry, I keep swaying. Once you kind of get to see a glimpse of like their life, it really appreciates you them makes you appreciate them more as a person. And for Audrey Hepburn, the documentary basically just touched bases on like how like her life obviously wasn't easy and honestly, in a ways, I kind of knew that already, but it definitely did shock me because you kind of see her and she's just so beautiful and so elegant, and you just see her in movies and stuff. You never think that she'd ever have to struggle. And getting to know her life a bit more just really was so interesting because yes, she was so beautiful and so glamorous, but a lot of the times, like she talked about how she felt insecure and how she really didn't like certain things about herself or about her life or about her situation, um like the way she grew up and like how she didn't really have like great like parental figures and how that affected her relationships in the future. And even though, again, like I said, she could have looked at it as like, oh, like, why do I have good parents? Why is my life hard? Why, why do I have to go through this and stuff? She also like had to like live through the war and stuff. Like, why did I have to go through this? She kind of, I believe that she chose love as like the answer. And even if she didn't feel loved, she turned that into, well, if I am not feeling this love, how can I give back? Make sure that my kids feel loved or the people around me feel loved and also it's just crazy too because she was like probably like the most loved woman at some point in her life by people all across the world. And it was so difficult for her to find love in like a romantic sense, I guess you could say. But she ended up just inventing that on her own. And I think that's so beautiful and so inspiring because also it just shows like how human she is. Especially like how she talked about her insecurities and stuff. It makes you realize that even if Audrey Hepburn is insecure, then of course everybody else is going to be insecure, and that's okay. It's human to be insecure, but it's the way that you choose to deal with it and live with it. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. I'm like 2 days behind on posting because I said I was going to post once a week, but at least I'm trying. Not really. I keep forgetting. I honestly forget I have a YouTube channel. Anyways, I hope you guys like this video, and I hope that this probably sparked something. Um, it's it's like 11:30 p.m. right now, and I'm really tired. But I hope that I can honestly, I feel like my videos are getting a little bit repetitive, and I think something major needs to happen to me that I can learn more because I feel like as of right now, I'm pretty limited with what I can talk about because a lot of my things that I talk about are just from like experiences and stuff. But yeah, there are some topics I do want to talk about, but I'm a little scared to talk about just because. But whatever. Anyways, I hope you liked me filming on my computer, and I hope you guys all have a blessed day. I'll see you next week, hopefully. Not 2 days late, but yeah. Have a blessed day, and au revoir. Bye.